In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys what ALC is, the benefits of ALC compared to normal settings, and why I think you should be starting to use ALC when playing Apex Legends. What is up, Dub Club members? It's your boy Johnny. If this is the first time you've ever seen any of my content, then welcome. I post Apex Legends tutorials and tips and tricks to help you level up your gameplay in Apex Legends. So if you want to become a better player, start now by subscribing to this channel, and don't forget to turn on post notifications. That way you guys never miss out on another video. So I'm presuming you clicked onto this video because you want to know more about ALC and what it actually is. Well, ALC is the abbreviation for Advanced Look Controls, and Advanced Look Controls gives you more freedom with tailoring your settings to your liking. The difference between ALC settings and the basic settings that we all start out of when we play Apex Legends is that you are able to adjust your settings more specifically than the presets that the game provides for you. With ALC as well, you can also adjust things such as the bigger outer threshold and also add in extra sensitivity when looking horizontally or vertically. And with the right balance in these settings, you could even get yourself zero recoil when using various amounts of weapons. Okay, so now you know what ALC is. Let's break it down, each setting that ALC provides us with, so you can find out what fits for you. And to kick things off, we're going to start off with Dead Zone, which, if you don't know what this is, it is the sway that your legends have when you aren't moving your analog sticks whatsoever. Dead Zone normally occurs when you have a very dated controller or a controller that has been taking a beating or two against the wall. Now, most likely you won't have to make a massive adjustment to this setting. If you notice swaying even on the default setting, then I would recommend you just increase the Dead Zone feature so you can eventually stop the legend from swaying away. The next one on the list is Outer Threshold, which is what sets a boundary on the max stick input that you can use. In other words, this will limit you how far you can actually look left and right. Now, as you guys see from the two clips, the one with the default settings and the one with a lot of outer threshold enabled, you will notice that the one with the less outer threshold gives you more freedom when moving left to right. Now, all in all, I would just recommend just to stick with the default amount, and you shouldn't have to tweak this in any way, shape or form. Now, the third one in the list is the response curve. The response curve is pretty self-explanatory, but this is, in other words, just how sensitive the stick is compared to your level of input that you apply to the stick itself. Now, having this too low will encourage the game to feel a bit too twitchy and require next to no input, and having this too high will actually make it feel very slow, very dull, and almost like there is no movement whatsoever. Depending on your playstyle, you can adjust this if you feel like you need the extra edge. If you are a player that loves to spray and pray and just hope that the bullets do connect, then I would go with a lower than default setting. And if you are someone who wants a little bit more control and tends to fight at more of a longer range, then I would seriously recommend going slightly higher than the normal one. I personally play on the default as it gives me the perfect split between being reactive in short range fights but still being able to maintain control when attempting to fight at a longer range. The next one is the per optic settings. Now, you don't really need to play with these ones too much or at all, but just to let you know, this is a way to increase your sensitivity when aiming down specific types of sights. Now, I tend to commonly use the 1x optic all the way up to the 4x optic. Any others just seem a little bit too insane for my liking, and every optic I tend to add at least 0.2 times more sensitivity or more if I feel like it's a little bit too slow for my liking. Now we're going to move on to the main settings, and the one that will change your game forever, and those are both the yaw speed and the pitch speed, or in our terms, the vertical and horizontal sensitivity. Now, I know what you're thinking, well, if I change the sensitivity on the other basic settings, surely that will work on ALC. And unfortunately, that is incorrect. When you enable ALC, it actually disables all basic preset settings, meaning you cannot use your already chosen sensitivity. But don't worry, I will be explaining to you which one is which, and I'll be also giving you a little formula that will help you determine where your original sensitivity is on this spectrum. So by default, the ALC will be on 3 sensitivity. Now, if you want to adjust to the 4th sensitivity, you will need to go 4 paces to the right. And if you want to reach the 5 sensitivity, you will have to add an additional 4 to the right. So depending on what actual basic sensitivity you use, for example mine is 6 sensitivity, I would end up going 12 to the right. So why would you go through all of this hassle of changing your sensitivity in ALC and instead use the presets on the original sensitivity section? Well, with ALC, you can actually find a sweet spot that could be actually between two different sensitivities. So for example, let's say you're playing on 4 sensitivity and it just feels a little bit too slow, but then when you go up to 5 sensitivity, it is just too fast. With ALC, you can find the middleman between them two, and it allows you to have the perfect sensitivity tailored for yourself. So if you want to change or adjust your left or right sensitivity, you'll need to adjust the yaw speed. And if you want to adjust your up and down sensitivity, you will have to adjust the pitch speed. And if you feel like you want to add more variety to your sensitivity, you can actually try extra yaw and extra pitch sensitivity. Now this is different, as the extra yaw and extra pitch actually contributes to the original extra yaw and pitch, and it is only enabled when you maximize the stick input, or in other words, when you cannot move your analog stick any further. Using extra yaw and pitch will enable you to just get that little bit of extra speed when turning around. Now this would actually be a really great way for you to pick off your enemies and react at a faster pace to counter attack against the enemy that is actually chasing you down. Though this is only an optional thing, and I personally think you don't really need to use it. It's completely up to you, because the original yaw and pitch speed gives us enough variety already, and adding more sensitivity on top could potentially make it an overkill. Now the next variety of yaw and pitch is the ADS yaw and pitch speed. Now this is, in other words, the sensitivity you have when aiming down the sights. I personally recommend playing around with these on the firing range and trying to find a sweet spot for yourself. Also, I do think it does work alongside the power optic settings too, so if you do have that sensitivity enabled as well, please just keep in mind and also adjust accordingly to whatever suits you best. And that goes for all of the yaw and pitch sensitivities. You will have to adjust these to your personal preference, so do take any sensitivity I mentioned in this video as a benchmark and just adjust it accordingly if it is too slow or too fast for your liking. Finally, we go to the last part of this whole breakdown, and that is the target compensation. Target compensation is another fancy word for aim assist, and it is actually very essential, especially if you are a console player like myself. I seriously recommend you just do not turn this off, else you are going to be putting yourself at a complete disadvantage. And there you go, you now know what ALC is all about and why a ton of pro players tend to use this feature to tweak and master the world of Apex Legends. I do also use ALC, and with my settings, I would say they are a great benchmark to actually try out ALC with. So if you guys want to see that video, then make sure you go ahead and you leave a like on this video. If we do hit 15 likes on this, then I will post that video immediately. And also guys, if you are brand new around here and you guys want to find ways to level up your gaming experience in Apex Legends, then feel free to subscribe and don't forget to turn on post notifications. That way you do not miss out on another video. I actually upload every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday now at 7 PM GMT, so make sure you come and stop by for the next video. And guys, my name's been Johnny, and if no one's already told you, have an amazing day. Take care and peace.